of religions and cultures, you would have the most information on where to go next.
Now, in terms of how she expresses herself, she takes her time. She takes her time to say exactly what she wants to say. She doesn't make one move that hints that she's trying to speed up. People that speak extremely quickly, that is an insecurity. It is saying that I don't think you care about what I have to say that much, so I want to get it out as fast as possible. Somebody that's confident, they take their time because they say, I don't care, first of all, if you value what I say or not. I value what I say. Number two, I am not trying to rush what I am saying because I want you to really take in every little word, every little pause that I say. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Anthony Resinello. On this channel, we like to focus on I like to focus on individuality, social skills, relationships, confidence, basically anything that gets you getting into the relationships that you really want to be in. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, make sure you subscribe down below. I put out videos 3 to 4 times a week. I'm pumping them out, baby. Today we're gonna talk about A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. Last week they put out 2 videos interviewing each other virtually. I spent my life really studying my best friends who are such a huge inspiration to me. They were the type of people who were just so natural, and that always fascinated me. That just kind of got me down a rabbit hole of self-improvement and learning about social skills and learning how to teach it to others. And for a really long time, that's what I've been doing. I've been coaching people on the art of relationships, how to embrace your individuality, how to be confident, how to be happy, how to have a conversation, how to flirt, how to be charming. All that stuff is so fascinating to me. And without further ado, let's get into this interview, or these 2 interviews with A$AP Rocky and Rihanna.
What is your skin type?
Handsome. One more time.
This dude just knows how attractive he is. He's playful. He knows how to be deviant. And when I say the word deviant, I mean different, weird. Say something that would be considered a little out of the ordinary. He knows how to balance that line really well without going too far over it.
Hey, ring, 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 ring. What's up, Riri?
What's up, Rocky?
So when he does that, it shows that he is not afraid of making fun of himself, making a stupid joke, and then laughing at himself. Confident, happy, charming, attractive people, they love making fun of themselves just as much as they love roasting the people that they love.
A food that you would never eat under any circumstance.
Chitlins.
I just went to say it, an intestine of any animal. Like, that's just like, come on, that's no bueno. Like, I went to say celery, and then I was like, nah, I could get through that if my life depended on it. Animals, I don't know.
He doesn't feel this need to always be throwing in his own joke. You could tell he's so confident, relaxed with himself. He's not trying to overemphasize that he thinks it's so funny. You could tell that he truly is vibing with Rihanna, enjoying what she's saying, laughing at it. This guy's got a vibe, dude. I gotta study this guy more.
What is your self-care routine, and how do you take care of yourself?
My self-care routine would be showering, taking care of my skin, exfoliating, moisturizing, just cleansing myself, grooming, trimming, anytime I could. You know, it's a pandemic right now, so I've been chilling on all that. But
see, like his answers, he's not trying to make the production crew happy. He's not trying to make Rihanna feel impressed by him, even though he is staying engaged with her. What do I mean by engaged? It means actively being present with that person. And for the introverts out there, you can be fully engaged with a person. In other words, perfectly present with a person without doing much. And A$AP's a great example of that. Not to say that he's an introvert, but it is to say that introverts tend to be a little more relaxed, not as loud, not as assertive. A$AP right here, like I said, is a great example of being relaxed, being really chilled out, but at the same time, being perfectly connected with that person that he's interacting with. It's a beautiful balance he's putting together here.
What's your last purchase under $20? Condoms. Are those under $20?
A t-shirt.
Now that's the great thing about Rihanna is she does not give a how she's judged, right? The tabloids, paparazzi could be going wild, going, oh, who did she buy condoms for? Who's she having sex with? Who's she dating? Blah, blah, blah. She doesn't care. She's Rihanna, baby. So that is an example of what I call deviance. What it means is just the opposite of what is expected of you. What is socially expected? Deviating from the norm. What is expected of Rihanna is not to talk about something sexual, right? So she's deviating by talking about something sexual that's related to her personal life. Now, she's not going overboard and talking about like a sexual experience she had on a freaking GQ interview, right? So she knows where that line is. She knows where that balance is, where you don't go too far. You just move a little bit away from the norm. And that is a really great example of charm, because a charming person, though they don't care about being accepted, they like to express their vulnerabilities, their deviances. They also know good social skills is not to go so far deviating from the room to make everyone so uncomfortable.
Bought a t-shirt for like $11.
Ooh.
It was tight. I came up on it. Yeah.
ASAP has the best vibe because he's not trying one bit. He's not even shy. You know, when I was watching that Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner interview, Travis, if we're gonna compare rappers that are kind of chilled out, Travis Scott is shy. You could tell. He's still cool as hell, but he's shy. He's a little withdrawn. ASAP, on the other hand, he's not shy. He's not withdrawn, but he is chilled. He's subdued, but at the same time, he has that strong engagement. Travis Scott is not very engaged. He's kind of in his shell, and when he was making jokes, kind of reminded me of Kanye, where they're kind of in their shell, and then they'll make a joke, and then they'll kind of go back in their shell. Where with ASAP, outside of his head at all times, but so relaxed in that zone. Jeez Louise. Great. I love watching chilled people because everybody is always analyzing these big, crazy personalities, talking about how those are charming. So checking out his charm, checking out Rihanna's charm, it's a beautiful thing.
What is your skin type?
Handsome.
What he just did right there was another form of deviance. He's making a joke. Joking around, sense of humor is always deviance because you cannot be funny without being deviant. There is no normal funny. There is no normal sense of humor that fits what is expected. Humor is by definition moving away from the expected in whatever way that you want to do that. When Rihanna says, what is your skin type? The expected answer is, I don't know, some normal accepted answer that somebody would say. My skin type is dry or something like that. ASAP, he seems to be a master also at improv. He was so able to just connect without thinking to having fun. So when she said, what's your skin type? He didn't think about it. What just came to his head? Handsome. And he just said it. And so that's deviating from the norm. It doesn't have to be some crazy answer. Something as simple as that is enough. He is amusing himself, and at the same time, he also wants to make Rihanna feel good. He wants to make Rihanna laugh, but he's not dependent on it. So you could tell he's not trying to be funny. He's not trying to impress the entire production crew that's sitting around him at the moment.
Got like an oily handsome, an ashy handsome, a combination handsome, or just like a sensitive handsome.
It's a handsome, man. You know? Handsome.
Alright, so is your skin ashy, dry, oily, or sensitive?
I would say I have very sensitive skin, for sure.
A lot of people that are working on their sense of humor, they want to come off as a funny person. They're trying. This is something like, if you know Michael Scott, he tries to be funny. He's trying to be impressively funny, so he never gives up on jokes. If ASAP didn't have that ability to know social skills and to know when to go back to the norm. Being charming is about balancing your deviance and your normalcy and your sincerity. At first, when he made that joke of saying, my skin type is handsome, she's like, oh, what kind of handsome? Oh, handsome, handsome. Then when Rihanna dove a little deeper and said, is your skin this, this, or this, he didn't keep going and just say, oh, it's handsome this, handsome whatever. He didn't stay on the joke. That's when it would have gotten annoying. It would have upset everybody. And this is something I had to learn throughout my life. I really liked being weird growing up. Everyone found me weird, and I actually liked that. I didn't shy away from that, but the problem was when I was meeting people and, meeting girls, dating, making new friends, I did not care if people were disappointed in what I said. I would go to the furthest depths of my weirdness. I didn't care. But that's bad social skills because that takes away from the ability to have a relationship. So I had to learn social skills to know when to leave that deviant side and say, hey, listen, I'm gonna take you along for the ride. I'm not gonna alienate you from my humor. And ASAP was doing that right here. I know that I'm just like picking out such small things, but that's why you're here, right? You're not here for the 5 lines to say to a girl to make her happy. 5 things to say to a guy to make him come back to you. That would make me sick.
You're either shallow or you're just trying to copy my answer.
Stop making me laugh.
Should I mute him?
That's flirting.
What's the first thing you notice in somebody when you see them for the first time? Like, what's the first thing you look for?
The first thing you see is someone's face, unless you're looking at their shoes. I usually tend to look at their skin, their teeth, their smile. And then after that, it's more about like...
You could see that he wasn't even embarrassed or feeling awkward about like that missed joke that she didn't catch. He just moved on. He acted playfully sad about it. It didn't bother him.
Who's your number one beauty icon?
This is gonna sound very redundant and very cliche, but my mother. My entire concept of beauty came from her. I was always so intrigued by her. I wanted to dress like her. I wanted to look like her. I wanted to do my hair like her.
Rihanna is so not what I was expecting. And it's funny, I realized just now, I've never really seen Rihanna talk. Or at least in an interview as candid as this. Her brand, her Rihanna persona, comes off real hard, comes off real confident as hell, assertive, doesn't take bullshit from anybody. But seeing her right here, not like that. She comes off really soft. She comes off very thoughtful. The way that when she's expressing herself, she's always looking up around. That means she visualizes a lot. It shows that she's probably a fantasizer, somebody that has a lot of ideas come to her mind all the time. She likes to stay in her head. She likes to delve deep into ideas. Whereas ASAP, I think he's an extrovert. Now, extrovert does not mean really outgoing, really assertive, really big. Extrovert just means somebody that experiences life more in the moment rather than inside. I would say Rihanna is an introvert.
What's the one part of the beauty industry you wish you could change?
I wish that the leaders of the beauty industry were a more diverse set of pioneers who have not just experienced the culture, but have experienced a negligence in the industry, whether it comes to their skin tone or skin type. I feel like there's so many voids to be filled, and we will only know that by the pioneers that have experienced those voids and the lack of their representation in the industry. And so I think by having an eclectic array of skin types, skin tones, different cultures and people and representations of religions and cultures, you would have the most information on where to go next.
Now, in terms of how she expresses herself, she takes her time. She takes her time to say exactly what she wants to say. She doesn't make one move that hints that she's trying to speed up. If you notice, people that speak extremely quickly, that is an insecurity. It is saying that I don't think you care about what I have to say that much. So I want to get it out as fast as possible. Somebody that's confident, they take their time because they say, I don't care, first of all, if you value what I say or not. I value what I say. Number two, I am not trying to rush what I am saying because I want you to really take in every little word, every little pause that I say. I believe it's worthy of that type of respect, attention. Now, that's not to say that you should speak as low as possible. What it means is I want you to express yourself the way that it feels right for you. That's not to say that everybody that speaks quickly is insecure. It could mean that. It could also mean that you just speak quickly. Maybe you drink a lot of caffeine. Maybe your personality is just a fast talker. But it's interesting to look inward and say, do I speak too fast? And do I do it because I don't believe that person is gonna value what I say, so I wanna get it all out at once? Because I feel like I have a limited amount of time with this person before they get tired of me. Do I feel that way? Or do I just speak quickly because maybe I'm super excited about what I wanna say? So look inward. That's super important. Focus on your true inclinations of how you express yourself. I think becoming yourself, I think becoming confident, I think becoming charming is not a process of learning how to add. It's more a process of learning how to remove insecurities in your expression, in your social skills.
How do you stay mentally and inspirationally aligned? That's a good one.
Being mentally and inspirationally aligned, I mean, it calls for two different sides of my brain and my spirit. Because one is a lot more logical. One is a lot of like talking myself into whatever I want to feel or whatever I want to.
Man, Rihanna is an introverted person. God, I just was not expecting this. Even just the way she's talking right now, you could tell that she's really dived deep into herself and thought about who she is and who she is to the world, who she is to herself. I just give a shit about you getting into the relationships you want. That's really all I care about. That's all I want to talk about on this channel. That's all I want to put out to the world. I want to help people get into the right relationships. I want to make it easier for all genders to get into the relationships that they really should and want to be in. The meme of the week from my Discord's Anthony Memes channel is from Good with Spaghetti. I really liked this video. This was a fun one. It feels like getting back to basics, back to my old stuff. Oh, you know what? Let's watch the Travis Scott, Kylie Jenner video. You can watch that right here.